All right, this little feller has been working pretty good for me. I have went around and been trying to reclaim this wilderness. Usually every year about fair time it gets out of control. Weeds growing and things and whatever. So I've run 2 tankfuls through it, spraying fences and, you know, weeds around our work area that I'm sick of. And so hopefully I can already see that they're wilting, so that's going to be fine. But I discovered another problem that we're going to have to deal with, and I'll tell you about that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Man, and I was spraying happily fences and things, and when I got down there to the woods, I noticed that a tree has fallen. Actually, those 2 trees, if you remember way back when, and I pointed them out, and they were both dead and kind of leaning against each other, and I said there's no way that I'm gonna do anything. I'll just have to let them fall naturally because it could kill you, you know. Well, they have since fallen and crushed part of the fence to the ground, and the cows have so far not noticed it. But now that I know about it, it's almost certain that they are going to find it. So I have to do it right now. So we are going to need some chainsaws and a loader tractor and probably a chain to see if we can't make this go. And we'll also need a piece of fence panel or something, because it's not straightenable anymore at this point. It's been crushed pretty good. We should probably also get some wire and a fence pliers. So yeah, probably the first order of business will be to find a chainsaw or 2 that might run, I hope. Oh yeah, I forgot our tailgate has left the chat. I don't know what, oh, that's still full of oil. What's our fuel situation look like? Pretty well empty. And I would say that it's probably evaporated. So I'm hoping to take both of these along because, yeah, it's been a while since they've run though. Oh, that's a steal right there. All right, 1. It's better to just take 2, because if you get one stuck, then you don't have to fight. That one really needs clean bad. That one's been around here for a long time. That place is even out of business that I got that from. That one's got oil in it. I'm guessing it's going to be the same story. They probably both have oil, but the fuel has long since left the chat. And of course I don't have I'm not ready to use the little 550 yet. I don't have it all greased up. But if I did, it has all the stuff I need on it. I guess we'll struggle here. Put that in there, whether it goes in there or not. Oh, it's still got some. How long ago has it been since this has run? I think we took this along when we were going to cut those trees at that field entrance a few weeks ago. So it is possible. This one won't run. Where the lack? Okay, do we keep trying this or do we just accept defeat? There, we got a kerchuffle out of it. Well, almost. Come on, baby. That'll do. So there's part of our battle. Next part of our battle will be loader tractor. Probably use that John Deere. We'll stop up here. I'll pour what little gas I have left in it because I'd say it's probably running low. And to get a chain. And then maybe we can make this happen. It's Buddy the dog. He's not interested in helping. That's fine. That's fine. I think we said we need wire. I don't remember what I did with my, somewhere I've got a roll of fence wire. I should take that along. And I think I also needed an insulator last time I was down there. So I'll try to gather that stuff too. And yeah, I think though we have all 4 tires inflated. That's kind of nice. That doesn't always seem to happen on this. Ew. Spider web. Will you run? It's been a long time, I think. I don't think we've run this in a while. Forgot the gear shift pattern. It's been so long. Alright, 550 is bound to have some of the stuff I need on it. There is a fence pliers on here. So gathering supplies is the stage we're in now, and hopefully that won't take too long. Also keeping track of bovines and making sure they haven't escaped and found that hole. That's another big priority. But I don't think that they will climb over that tree because that's kind of treacherous, and they're actually kind of, I mean, they can be contained. They don't like to cross things that they think will hurt them, so it might be possible that they'll stay. All right, can we drive over the fence without having to take it down all the way? Very possible. Oh yeah, good deal. It's a wonderful day, friends. That little piece of panel has been leaned up against the garage for years, and every time I walk by I think I need to take that to the scrap pile, and today is its day to shine. It's just like that piece of wood you saved from 1984 underneath your workbench. Today's the day. I should brag on those beans too, but I'm not going to because there's still a lot that could go wrong. But they look pretty snazzy. If I got off and stood next to them, they'd be pretty well chest high. I mean, they're looking pretty good. Along the edges though, there's a little bit of water hemp coming in. I'm kind of on the fence whether I should have them sprayed again, but really there's only a few places through the field where you can see a little bit. So I don't know if it's worth is it worth the loss to kill the few weeds? I don't know. Man, I just sprayed that a while ago, that fence line, and it's already starting to turn, so that's good. Stop here to start with. That's quite the pile there. So for luck though, it didn't ruin a nice panel. It ruined like a piece that he had patched in. So that's okay. So if we just cut it a few places where we can manhandle it off of there, we may be, excuse me, we might not even need the tractor. Just cut it through here and then cut it over there, and I don't know, we'll see what the status is of this panel. I don't think that it's probably worth my effort of straightening, but I might have to, and my other one might not be long enough to do it. So then one day we need to pick up all this, and you know, we'll do that this winter. We'll saw it up and put it through the furnace, you know. It might as well keep us warm twice. It's gonna keep us warm today. There's one cow. Hope the others are on the other side there. But you see what I'm saying, they've been up here to it. And some of those prints might have been before the tree fell and they were walking along the fence. But if they came to this, they would not cross this. This is too treacherous for them. They can kind of tell, hey, I get my foot stuck in there, or hey, that, you know, they don't want to get caught. They're actually smarter than what you give them credit for, you know. And we can look here in a minute over there, but there's no footprints. They haven't been out at all, which is good. And this must have just happened not very long ago, because I was just down here a day or so ago, whenever it was. So we caught it in time. The little spraying deal was just what we needed. Now let's see if these run after being jostled in the bucket. Well, the camera shut off and I didn't realize I was talking to nobody. But that tree made a pretty good example of how to flatten a panel. But like I was saying to you a minute ago when you weren't listening, it's probably buried in the ground enough that I bet I could hook to it and pull it up straight, which would certainly save us a little bit of headache, a little bit for now. We'll need to redo our brace wire, which he doesn't have done very good anyway. This all should probably be redone, but it also gets underwater, as is evidenced by that. So you can't get too fancy because, you know, debris will catch and then it'll wash and make a mess. But that took care of our two rotten, or part of our rotten tree problem. There's still one hanging on that way, but I'm hoping when it falls, I'm hoping it goes in so it doesn't ruin my fence. But these two, it was just a matter of time. I didn't have anything I could do to prevent it, because it's too dangerous to cut trees that are rotten, because you can see they crack up higher. So you can be happily sawing on the bottom thinking it's solid, and then the top breaks out and kills you, and that ain't good for nobody's health. So yeah, but I think maybe unload the tractor so I can use the bucket and maybe shove some of this crap out of the way where I can get in there, and I might try to pull up on that panel one way or the other. If it doesn't straighten out, it should get out of here instead of just being trash. So that's what I think I'm gonna try. I almost left you sit there, and that wouldn't have been good. You wouldn't be around very much longer. Now. It's going to be hard to run the loader and hold you, so probably have to put you down. Well, you keep shutting off, but now we got an open hole. Now we got to make it not an open hole so that we might have bovines when we come back tomorrow. So I'm guessing we'll experiment here and see if we can walk on these panels. You can get them to flatten out. This one might be a little bit past that. Also, this one was made back when they were actually made of metal instead of garbage like they are now. So it may not be possible. Oh, we had to do this all the time, used to. When we had pigs, they would do this for panels, much the same as a tree. So, nothing new. I'm heavy enough, believe it or not, to do it. All right. there. Yeah, it's kind of panel shaped again. We can always come back and do a better job, but it's about to rain, so we need to just get this closed up again for today and be happy with what we got. There's a post that hasn't been up for a while. We might need it though. I'm thinking I'm going to pull that tight, even though that's not the way I would do this. I'll get a ratchet and redo this sometime. But for now, maybe it won't get any looser than it is. If I can figure out this fancy wrap here. I don't know what we were doing. Well, that didn't go great, but better than nothing. Put the panel back in, I guess. That's what we'll do. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We always do. All right, well, I guess I was wrong. Today's not your day, little chunk of panel. We'll save you for a future project. This ain't pretty, but it's about exactly like it was before the tree fell on it. We need to get in here and redo this a little bit. Those panels are all new. I need to come down here and finish spraying. I stopped here a while ago, but we need to cross the ravine there, which is pretty deep for that little 500, but it'll make it, I guess. But we need to come down here and continue on and then do this around there as necessary. Our last thing is going to be hooking the electric back up to the Cyclops. Can we do it without getting bit horribly? Well, that's not very exciting. Is it not working? There's one way to find out, you know. Let's see here. Well, I think that's a negative on the Cyclops. I wonder if it blew the fuse when that tree fell on it and ripped this wire down. That is possible. I'm just trying to figure out where else where it's close enough that I could test it. I guess I could grab a hold of it. Make us a test lead here. Yeah, we got no cyclopsage. So we'll have to check on that. I already walked down to where it ends and made sure that it was fine. So there shouldn't be anything that's keeping it from doing its thing. It's just that for whatever reason, knowing the Cyclops like I do, it probably blew that fuse, because it blows that fuse. It seems like every time a gray cloud comes out. I mean, I guess that's good. It'll, in theory, last a long time, but those old ones would just run forever on almost no maintenance of any kind. So, it's been a lot cooler this week, but I'm telling you right now, it feels like a jungle out here again, for whatever reason. So, I'm over it, is what I'm saying. Let's go back up there and we'll have a gander at the old Cyclops. And if it's just a fuse, we should be in business. Looking at, huh? Whoa! Uh-oh. I hear the Cyclops, which normally would be a good thing, but if it's working, no, it's not blinking. Okay, let's see. Click but no flash. Change 2 amp fuse on the right. Oh yeah, that's toasted. I would say that that happened when that tree took that down, which means it's only happened in the last day or so. Like the last 24 hours or less, because I just looked at this fence yesterday and it was flashing fine. I might have even looked at it this morning. Can't remember. So it hasn't been blown for long. There. Should be good to go now. Well, somehow we accomplished that task with minimal discomfort. I figured we would be struggling and there would be chains involved and, you know, sadness, weeping, gnashing of teeth, that sort of thing. But it was relatively simple, and I think I noticed it relatively quickly because they never got out, and with that fence being blown like that, and it just having been working at least yesterday, if not this morning, then that hasn't been down for very long. So that's good. So we're gonna call this a win, and we're gonna leave this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.